And on the topic of research, there's good news that an Israeli autism center has received a massive donation of $13 million. The Canadian Israeli Azriela Foundation made the donation, and they're now calling. They changed the name of the foundation, I believe. The center was renamed the Azriela National Center for Autism and Neurodevelopmental Research in recognition of the donation.
And they're hoping to make a huge impact, as you see in the headline, worldwide impact with these research dollars. I look forward to knowing what they're going to spend the dollars on, but part of the mission is that they want to put Israel on the map. Israel's already been on the map for autism research. One of the first studies that I remember coming out of Israel was the first country to show in their research that there is a correlation between dads being older and having kids on the spectrum. Israel was the first country to notice that. So I think this is exciting. $13 million. You can't sneeze at that. It's not couch change.
Right.
And the couch cushions. So we look forward to hearing what that research what we'll find out from it.
Yeah, it says it currently has information on about 1,200 children of an estimated 20,000 children with autism in the country. With the new funding, it is expected to grow to around 6,000 children.
And Enrico has written in and said, is it possible to see autism as a human evolution?
An interesting question.
It is an interesting question. And I think it's a question that that has a great space in the conversation, Enrico. I think that if you spend much time with self-advocates, they will tell you that this is how they view this, and this is how they want the world to view it. I will tell you that I think we're getting there. And I think we're getting there because of really good quality early intervention. Now, there are a lot of self-advocates that just heard me say that and went, no, that is not why. But many years ago, when the way they were diagnosing autism, there were some, shall we say, some pretty severe cases, and those individuals were shuttled off to be in homes. And we never got to see them. They didn't get the benefit of any therapy. They didn't get to progress past where they were. They were often parked into facilities where no one tried to teach them. I think one of the greatest crimes against mankind. But then many years ago, with the advent of the Thelobos Study, people started with those more quote unquote severe cases. They started giving them therapy and realizing that a lot of times that those individuals could overcome the disabling aspects of autism and still have the very unique way that their brain worked, and that they could flourish, right? And this is the research that continues, trying to figure out, why do some kids make more progress than other kids? But what we see right now is a group of individuals, either because they had early intervention that was really good, or because their parents didn't shuttle them away to a place and said, I'm going to educate this child myself and give them every opportunity. We have self-advocates now who can speak out for themselves and say, listen, I have these capabilities. I can do this. I'm very good at this. I can be, the writer of a TV show. I can be, I can do all of these things. And so we have a world that is beginning to understand that when you look at the whole scope of what autism is, there are some disabling aspects to it, but there are some aspects to it that are highly evolved. I always say my son's brain works better than mine. Hands down. If you were going to compare and go, who's more capable, who can do more things, who has more insights, my son, 100%, right? But if my son had not had early intervention and not been able to speak, would we have known? I don't know. I shudder to think about that. But I think that we more and more companies are starting to go, we need more people who are on the spectrum working for us because they bring a viewpoint that is better for our business. We can catch more mistakes. We can get more things done. I think that that's the beginning of exactly what you're talking about, Enrico. Nancy, do you have thoughts about that?
All right. I think, as you said, the self advocates would argue that this is a human evolution. A lot of them do believe that. And it certainly seems to be evidence that that's the case.
But it's tough if you've got a kiddo who can't toilet themselves, if you've got a kiddo who can't communicate, if you've got a kiddo who can't take care of themselves in the most basic ways, or or has such sensory issues that to be in a room with a fluorescent light is painful to them. It's very hard when you're dealing with issues at that level to go, oh, look at how fabulous this is, and look at all the positive, and look at the evolution of this. Yes. Yes. But we are seeing that that is a bigger group than it ever was before. And I'm blaming that on a series of things, including better and more intervention. But I would love for us to be able to get to the point where we can include more people in that, to be honest. Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.